I talked about this on my live on Tuesday, and I'm bringing it back up again. I'm doing a full video on it because I think people really need to understand what the Indiana Fever did when they drafted Bree Hall out of South Carolina. A lot of folks were irritated by the pick or didn't understand the pick. And I admit myself, I thought for a second, why would you draft her? Why would you draft her? I still think it was a questionable selection realistically, because I thought that you had an opportunity to take a backup point guard because realistically, we all know that Sidney Colson is not the answer at backup point guard. Not to mention, you could have gotten yourself a player that maybe in Serena Sindel that you could have parlayed into a trade because she is a legitimate point guard, 6'2" point guard who led the country in assists, and you didn't make that move. So when that Bree Hall selection went down, I was listening here like that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But I talked to a couple of people and they actually gave me their opinion of it. And see, I do listen, believe it or not. People don't think I listen. People just think I'm a loudmouth. People think I just jump on here and rant all day. I do listen and I do take opinions and think of things in an analytical and logical way. And when it was phrased to me the way it was phrased to me and brought to me, it's like, shit, that actually makes sense. And we're going to talk about this because I think it's something you need to watch out for over the coming weeks, regardless of whatever graphics you've seen or whatever relationships you think exist and all that other bullshit. Understand, it is a possibility. Let's talk about this. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Rudy's Rant, Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. We talk facts for healings here. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. The comments are what make this thing flow. The comments and likes do it all, man. And I appreciate y'all comments and likes. So the Indiana Fever drafted Bree Hall after having Michaela Timpson drop in their lap. I've actually heard other podcasts, some people who think that Timpson won't make the team. I think y'all are on crack. I think y'all are on crack. High doses of crack. Because if you don't think Michaela Timpson makes this team when no one expected her to be there in this draft, you are on something. I don't know what you are on, but when you have an opportunity to draft an athletic 6'2" player with a 6'10" wingspan who was a double-double machine, 17 and 10 this past year, 17 11 this past year at Florida State. What the hell? Like what? What? A player who's a rim runner? Like that's the type of player that plays great with Caitlin Clark. Defensive mindset. I think she was amongst the tops in the country in block shots. These are all things that you didn't really have in Indiana this last year. No shot blocking presence. Rim running wasn't the thing that you had. That's the one thing that Timmy Feck Bentley did pretty well. She just couldn't make a damn layup. But you got a rim runner, you got a player shooting 50+%. It was mind blowing to just hear some of this stuff. But this video is not about Michaela Timpson. This video is about the Bree Hall selection right after her, where the Indiana Fever seemed ecstatic that they made that selection. And when you look at it and you take a step back, and you look from a wider lens, what position does Bree Hall play? She plays small forward. She's not a great shooter, even though she is supposedly a 3-and-D player. But neither is Lexie Hull. And I think it's really, really important to look at it from a perspective of management. Get out of your feelings and understand that this is a business. And the reality is this: Bree Hall and Lexie Hull do the same damn thing. Outside of the fact that in college, Lexie Hull averaged more points per game than Bree Hall, their data numbers in their careers in college, shooting percentage wise, are virtually identical. Bree Hall shot 39.9% from the field and 36.9% from three. Lexie Hull shot 39.9% from the field and 37.4% from three. They're the same player. So why would you make that selection? You have to look at it from a business perspective. How much money is Lexie Hull going to command in her next contract? She is on her rookie deal. Her rookie deal expires this year. She's going to make $88,261, and then next year she's a restricted free agent in a year of CBA and stuff changing. Okay? Now, what's next? You have a player in Bree Hall who will be under a rookie contract. While being under a rookie contract, she will be under the control of the Indiana Fever for at least the next 3 years on a deal that is much more appealing to the team than that of what Lexie Hull will attempt to command next season. She'll be looking to make double the money, maybe triple the money, but with basically the same game. I would argue that Bree Hall is a better defensive player. I would argue that Bree Hall is more physical just based on the program she comes from. I would argue that Bree Hall ain't scared of shit, while Lexie Hull is scared of her own shadow. I would argue that before Caitlin Clark, Lexie Hull was exposed as a player who lacked confidence and could not shoot the ball. Lexie Hull, in her first two WNBA seasons, need I remind you, shot 18.6% as a rookie from three and 21.7% in her second year. You combine those two seasons, and you've got 21 divided by 103. She shot 20.4% her first two seasons in the WNBA from three. And in comes Caitlin Clark, and that shit jumps up to 47.1%. And people are blown away because the reality is she's a decent enough shooter to hit wide open looks, but she's not a good enough shooter to hit a shot on her own. If you actually want to look at it beyond those numbers, we can dig a little bit deeper. Last season, at the end of the year, outside of 2 games, Lexie Hull was atrocious from three-point range. 0 for 1, 0 for 1, 2 for 2, 4 for 5, 1 for 2, 0 for 1, 0 for 1, 0 for 1, 0 for 2, 1 for 5. Those are the 2 playoff games inclusive. She was afraid to shoot. She's afraid to shoot. Unless she's absolutely wide open, she's afraid to shoot. I did a video on this earlier this year. I literally showed you examples that of the 33 three-point shots that she hit this season, last season, 29 of those shots were completely wide open. Completely wide open. I'm talking about there wasn't a player within 6 feet of her. Completely wide open. Why would I not think that Bree Hall can make those exact same wide open looks? And I'm going to pay her less money to do it. And I'm going to have a player that's not afraid. I know you guys think she's so tough, and I know some of you guys love her because of the Caitlin Clark thing, and y'all think that, well, as long as she's Caitlin Clark's friend, she's all good. Well, Erica Wheeler was Caitlin Clark's friend. You had no problem getting rid of her. Carly Lou Sanderson was Caitlin Clark's friend. You had no problem getting rid of her. You had players that are like people. This is a business. This ain't friends. This ain't friends. This is work. You're here to win. And part of winning is having contracts that fit your cap. and having control on players that are basically the same, and making a decision. Making a decision. These two are the same player. They both play D. They're both considered 3 and D, even though not really. And let me bring it, and one will be on a contract that's far more friendly, and you'll have her locked in for 3 to 4 more years. Whereas Lexie Hull is a free agent next year, and you're either going to core her, which you're not going to do because you're not paying her a max contract. We'll see what the rules are for this after the CBA. But you're going to pay Lexie Hull a max deal? Hell no. Hell no. For a backup? You're bugging. So when this was put to me, I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Let me put another number out there for you. She played an unrivaled. I know a lot of y'all don't want to follow. You say unrivaled don't mean shit. No, if you can shoot, you can shoot. If you can't shoot, you can't shoot. And an unrivaled, most of the shots that were taken in unrivaled were fairly wide open shots. Not to mention the fact that largely Lexie Hull is afraid to shoot. She shot 23% from 3 in unrivaled, 9 for 39. She had one game, literally one game, that she hit more than one 3-point shot in that entire 16 game season. So in 16 games, she hit 9 total threes, in which one game was 3. So in the other 15 games, she hit 6 threes. She had one good game the entire unrivaled for the most part. Well, 2. February 24th against the Phantom and January 25th versus the, was it the Vinyl? No, that's the Lacey. Versus that's the Mist. The Mist. It's the Mist. Outside of that, she stunk. She stunk. She stunk. It's a 3-on-3 game, and she's taking 1 3, 0 threes, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2. Mind you, 18 minutes, 2 threes. 13 minutes, 4. 6 minutes, 1. 12 minutes, 3. 13 minutes, 3. Mind you, there's players like Ryan Howard that are jacking up 20 shots in 15 minutes. The first 2 games, she took 0 threes. Fourth game, 1 3. Woman doesn't want to shoot the ball, bro. Unless she's completely wide open, she doesn't want to shoot the ball. She's afraid. Not to mention all the missed layups that she has. She's a bricklayer around the rim. No, it's amazing how some of y'all will criticize the shit out of Angel Reese, but you don't look in the mirror at this one right here. She shot 32% from the field in unrivaled. 32%. 23% from 3, 32% from the field. You want to go look at last year? She shot 36.8% from the field. 30. I'm sorry, that's her career. My bad. Let me amend. She's a career 36.8 from the field, and still a career 31.2. Last year, she shot 44% from the field and 47% from 3. So she actually shot the ball better from 3 than 2. Why? Because she misses layups. Because when she's around the rim and she freaks out. She freaks out. So yes, this actually makes sense. This is a business. This isn't about friends. And if you think for one fucking second that if they got to go to talk to Caitlin Clark about Lexie Hull and saying, hey, Caitlin, Bree makes more sense for us financially, skill-wise. They're very similar in nature. Blase. Do you have a problem with us making that move? If you think Caitlin Clark, who doesn't kick back on anything by now, if you haven't noticed, was to kick back on that, I think you're bugging. She would let that trade happen like this. It's about winning. It's about doing what is needed to win. Some of y'all may not like it. Some of y'all think this is a fun and game shit. I just watched my favorite team trade our best player. I just watched it happen this year. I didn't like it. It happens. And Lexie Hull ain't the best player. Not even remotely close. And when she's not playing next to Caitlin Clark, she shoots like a fucking 400-pound fat dude who's 5'3" in the freaking park. 23% from three in unrivaled, 20.5% from three her first 2 years without Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark made you care about Lexie Hull. You didn't give a shit about Lexie Hull until Caitlin Clark showed up. In fact, none of y'all even knew who the fuck Lexie Hull was. So I think it makes incredible sense. Will it be done? I don't know. We'll see what happens in training camp. Could it happen? Yes. Would it shock me if it did? No. And it shouldn't shock you either. Because that's the only logical reason to draft Bree Hall. Because nobody else on this team will get cut for Bree Hall. And I wouldn't cut Lexie Hull. I would trade Lexie Hull. Understand, I'm going to get something for her. I'll get a second round pick next year. Because she damn sure ain't worth a first. If you can parlay her into a first, go for it. But I don't think anyone would give them a first round pick for Lexie Hull. Hell, trade her to Chicago. They need shooters. Let's see if she really is a shooter. And let's see how many of y'all are still Lexie Hull fans if that happens. I'd venture to bet none of y'all will be Lexie Hull fans if that happened. Because a lot of y'all were talking a whole lot of shit about Lexie Hull when she was helping Angel Reese get up, when she was being friendly with Angel Reese. Like I said, y'all weren't fans of hers this past Unrivaled when she was being all friendly with Angel Reese. So why would you have a problem with them trading her to Angel Reese? Go get yourself a second round pick. Because if Bree Hall is the right answer to the question, she's going to be the right answer to the question. And you need to get over it and be prepared for it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it doesn't happen. But it's logical. It's absolutely logical. And anyone that thinks that Michaela Timpson ain't going to make this team, well, you're just illogical because there's 1,000 reasons why she should, just based on seeing what she does in college or what she did in college. But that's what I got. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Love to hear what you have to say. What do you feel about this potential trade happening? Do you think do you think she will be trade bait? Do you think that she will make the team and Bree Hall will get cut? Let me know in your thoughts, your words in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't be sensitive. This is business. This is business. And if Bree Hall helps Caitlin Clark win a championship more than Lexie Hull does, and y'all love Caitlin Clark so damn much, wouldn't you want that trade to pop off? I think you would. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. This is Rudy's Rant, Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. Let's go. Come on now.